Hello, everybody. It's Sam again, aka the Train Mother Main, my new basements and glue basements and do basements. It's been a while, but I figured since the basement and layout are all new and fresh, I'm going to do a fresh and new intro for the channel. A lot of people didn't like the screaming and the loud, obnoxious noises that I used to make, and I thought that it was kind of immature and stupid, so new era of the channel, and we're gonna, do a new intro. I'm just kidding. Hello, everybody! It's your boy Sam again, aka the Train Mother Main, my blingers and dingers and blingers and blingers and blingers. So yeah, of course I'm gonna bring back the intro. Did you think something was wrong with me for a second? And per usual, I don't really know if you like the intro or not, but whether you do or not, I can't help you, but I'm glad that you are here. So just got a little mixed freight running. It's been probably, I'd say, 2 months, at least a month and a half, probably close to 2 months since the tear down video. Go watch. It's the last video I did when I was in the process of not only demoing, well, not really demoing, but taking everything off the layout, all the trains, all the buildings, pretty much anything that stood above the surface, including all the trees, details, everything. I will say it was a very, very long and arduous process. The contractors that I worked with, I had them do my master bathroom upstairs, which was a smaller project, and there were some growing pains working with them on that. Didn't love the work, but I liked the work, and the price was nice. So I figured I'd give them a shot down here, and it came out down here much better than I expected or hoped for, which is always good. But there were a lot of issues I ran into with these guys specifically. And it kind of became a hellish nightmare, especially in the last few days when I kind of had to give them the business, and I was worried they were going to walk off, which they threatened to. That's a story for another day, but everything's done. Like I said, it was definitely a lot more grueling than I anticipated, but everything's come out well. So I'll just give you a little tour real quick. I know you just want to see the layout back together, but finally have more space back here for storage. We're putting everything back as we speak. The laundry room area, didn't do anything in there, but did a new bathroom down here. It was just kind of super old and grungy before, so I can run trains, and I could before, but while I'm sitting here, I can usually catch the trains on their turns around those three corners, so that's always nice. But nice new bathroom down here. Still got to hang up a few more things and put up the towel racks and all that, but everything came out nice. You need a shower curtain. New floor in the whole entire basement. It's Nashville oak is the scheme. So I did that all the way up to the laundry room. Really makes everything pop. Nothing really new back here. This is the workshop, obviously. I got the opportunity to stuff all of this crap away, like all my tools. It's where I store all my trains, tools all up in here, blah, blah, blah. I had the opportunity to stuff it all away rushedly, and then as I was bringing stuff back out, it's taken me 2 full weeks and then some to bring everything out. I've gone through every drawer, every tool, every train, and got everything as organized as it'll ever be. I'm not going to open up all the drawers and cabinets and whatnot, and my fishing gear room's behind here too, same thing in there. But this is the cleanest the basement and layout have ever been. And if you watch my videos, you know that I'm pretty organized. So it's the cleanest things have ever been and the most organized things have ever been. And feels really good. So like I said, nothing really major back here but the floor. Put in a new sink over here. A new utility tub. So again, before I get to the layout, painted these walls. a nice Keewaydin green. Super stoked with how it came out. New wood trim, chair rail, everywhere, baseboard, all that. Super frothy. The new paneling, painted this nice earthy brown. I wanted it to be like super cave, fishing cabin kind of cave style, but not too dark. So it's, a lighter brown and a darker green, but they kind of pop. Also, with the new ceiling lights, I can dim it down nice, make it go way brighter when I'm working on the layout and stuff. So that's a nice plus. New recessed can lighting, like I said in the demo video. They took out those noisy, crappy ballast lights, and now we have 3 rows of 3, and they're super nice, especially over the layout. It's actually dimmed all the way right now, but adds a lot more light over here. And I decided to, instead of putting the recessed lighting around the whole entirety of the layout, I just decided to keep the shop lights because I like the spread, plus the cost factor. And then when I go to move, someone down here is not going to have a layout, so there was no point in taking down what I already had set up while still increasing the light down here. And then, the Nashville oak, we redid the stairs all the way up to landing, got new doors up there. So it's a brand new basement. It cost me a few bucks. Like I said, the headaches dealing with the contractors, they would show up at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. They would stay till 2 or 3. They never worked more. I think the longest day they were here was like a 5-hour day. It was hard to pin them down on what they were going to get done on certain days. Like, come down and the floor is only done up to here, and it's my fiance calls and says they just left. It's 1:15. I'm like, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they finish the trim? Had to push the painter back a couple days. Friend of mine, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, nice and man cave, fishing cave. I'm just getting almost done hanging up the rest of my decor. New TV mounted. Nice new fishing, outdoorsy kind of guy, rug. And everything really pops. So on to the layout. It was not intentional how the colors matched. I wanted a nice brown and green, like I said, man cave style. But once everything was done and my buddy Tom came over to do all the painting, he painted those, and the first day I came down with the first coats on, I was kind of like mind blown how it all matched and popped. I'm saying the layout because I had finally taken the plastic covers off. The layout was under those plastic painter drop cloths, duct taped to the wall for 5-6 weeks. So once those came off, and then he started painting, like I said, I came home from work that first day when he had done his first coats, and I was kind of like amazed at how the brown makes the fascias pop and how the dirt and ground pops and the green makes the earth, and it all just flows seamlessly. And again, I did not intend for those colors to accentuate. I just kind of thought the basement would look good that color. I just thought the basement would look cool as those colors, and it just happened to pan out to where it looks amazing. So we'll just give you a quick rundown again. Everything's exactly as the last time you saw it. It's taken me, I still haven't finished decorating. Like I said, some accent pieces, couple pieces of trim over there I need to install, the vent covers, a few more decorational stuffs. Is decorational even a word? You tell me. Everything's the same as you last saw it, but it's taken me all of 2 weeks to get all the track cleaned, get every building back in place, make sure the main lines are running smooth, and then I went to the branch lines and industries, make sure all that track's running smooth, get most of the rolling stock back, run a few trains, make sure everything is operational. I won't lie, I covered it as well as I thought, but dust always will manage to find its way to the layout, especially once I uncovered it and we deep cleaned and had a cleaning service come, and still dust got where it shouldn't, even as covered as it was. So take it from me, do more than you think you need to covering or protecting your layout, but it's still going to be an issue. But yeah, everything's seemingly back in action. I could give you the layout tour again in full force, but you can go watch my last video, the video before that. You've seen it all. This is just back to square one, so I can actually start working on it again. Trains are running. So we've got the yard blah, blah, blah. Some rolling stock in there, some power. And then the lumber mill. Got the big junction scene, the mountain scene, the tunnel. Mrs. Train Main's farm turning into a lake scene. So that's all her. The peninsula. The abandoned rail line with the bridge. Sorry, I'm just breezing through because I'm not giving you a tour right now. I just want you to get the visual. Everything's back. The junk train, I keep on the old siding. I got to work on all those cars. That's on my list now. What I mean by junk train, each one of these cars has a flaw that when in a consist derails or causes issues. But for some reason, when all the junk cars are put in their own string together, they run flawlessly. So I put one of these cars in that moving train and it's going to derail, go crazy. Each one of these, all 7 or 8 of them. But if I run all 8 of these together, it runs smooth. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but that's just how it seems to work. I like to call this the dig or the canyon. And we got the flats going into the mine. Do plan to do some heavy work on the mine here soon. I'd like to get it, a lot more detailed up. It's kind of just been a template since I put the track down and the buildings in. And then over here on the branch line for the industrial lead, got the cement plant. Got the little yard with the branch line. 2, 3 industries down here. And this is where the branch line terminates. Potential for future expansion. But yeah, branch line coming off and you've seen all that. I'm not going to expand the layout anytime soon. I know there was a point before I remodeled that I was going to do a lift out there and do another table like that size. I think that's, 6 feet by, it's 2 feet deep. I know that, but this is about the same 7-ish feet. And I was going to have it come out, do like one big, another add-on to the loop. In one big industry scene. I'm not going to do that, if ever. But I did decide that if I want to expand again, what I could easily do is pull off this fascia and expand this out another foot, maybe 2, and just have another kind of like floating peninsula here with a couple legs. So I could still get in right here. Like, let's just say I'm standing right at this corner, have it kind of L or rectangular out. So I could still walk in between here, but have it come out this way, throw a switch in here and have a few more industries. So it would just be more industrial park, more sidings, no more loop, because obviously that branch line just terminates right there. So kind of thinking about doing that. It would be cheap and easy. Actually not cheap at all because I would need all new turnouts, track, and then the buildings to go in there. So actually, no, it would be quite expensive. But that's my next expansion idea is to come out, like whatever this would be, 3.5, 4 feet by a foot and a half wide, and just have another branch line, extension of that branch line come out, a couple more industries. But that's really it for now. So by the end of this week, I should have the rest of my decorations and stuff done. I don't have any mini projects I'm working on right now. Everything's kind of back to square one, rolling stock building scenes. So now I'm going to just enjoy running trains. I might do some switching op videos. I'm not sure yet. And kind of get myself back in gear. It's going to be August next week. Layout season starts hardcore like October, November. So in the next, month or 2, there might not be any huge update videos. Like I said, maybe I'll do a switching video. I kind of want to just, switch out all my industries, run a train and a local and see how the operations work. See if there's things I like or don't like. And then, start making a list of projects that are next on the list. Like I want to get the mine scene a lot more detailed. I want to do more like detail like loading dock stuff and roof pieces and weather the buildings and the road and all that. I want to really accoutrement detail this side up. The peninsula has kind of been untouched for a while, and that's all based on this water scene, which is going to still be last on the list. I want to do the water and all that, when everything else is kind of done. Lumber mill, kind of do more like I was saying over on the mine. This is a lot further along than the mine, but I want to start adding the wood piles and the sawdust and the chipper. And I always look at this yard and wish I had more car storage. And then I remember I have that whole yard over there. So between what's here, there's a good amount, definitely a good amount to build trains, run trains, store trains, switch. I can have mainline run-throughs. I can do the locals that go service each of these industries, all that. And, you know, the lumber mill holds a lot of cars. The mine holds a lot of cars. Each of these industries holds a good amount of cars, especially the hoppers over at the cement plant. This yard holds a lot of cars too. I just was never a guy to have the world's largest N-scale yard on any of my layouts. And, you know, that one is specifically for switching out all those industries. So, you know, it'll hold a couple of strings, but it's not a classification yard by any means. Same thing over here. I've always said that my railroad, which doesn't have a name yet, which is also on my list of things, is like a class 2 or a very busy class 3 that interchanges with CSX or Norfolk at one end. It interchanges with a class 1, and then at the other end it interchanges with a class 1 and has a branch line that's stub end. So like over there it interchanges with Norfolk, over here it interchanges with CSX, and it has its own little yard and operations for the industries it serves. So by nature, this yard and the industries in that yard are all kind of like the perfect size for my fake backstory, which I'm cool with. But I still would like, you know, maybe 25-30% more. So I'm not going to do anything drastic, but I thought about, you know, adding another runaround and passing track as a yard storage track, maybe 1 or 2 more storage tracks down there. I'm just not sure. I'm not going to destroy the integrity or rip up the yard operation itself because it's very flawless and smooth, but I would like just a little bit more, even, you know, 10-20%. I would like 25-30%, but, you know, we'll see where that all ends up. So, okay, clearly this video's been all over the place. I'm excited, back in action. Like I said, I'm actually able to run trains. I was running a super long consist earlier with the Trio O'Chessie units. I don't really know what else to show off. Like I said, it'll probably be a minute again until I do an actual video with any real updates. But yeah, things are back to square one. So the man cave basement is now as frothy as it will ever be. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. If you have any tips or tricks, Tony Hawk style. I'm at the stage now, like I said, where the layout is back to square one, as complete as it is, but it's like a brand new day. So if you have any ideas, or see things you like or don't like, tips or tricks, Tony Hawk style, let me know. I'd like to check out your layouts. That's something I haven't done lately, is watch many railroad videos on YouTube. So shoot me links or tell me to subscribe and check your stuff out, and I will. I hope you enjoy. So Train Main back in action, and yes, the intros will continue. So I don't know what else to say. I already said too much, but all right, Train Main out.